Namaskar from our channel, The Consultant's View. In 1980s and 90s, the metro railway project in Calcutta, now Kolkata, was constructed underground in north-south direction along the heart of the city. Construction was predominantly by cut and cover method with traditional bottom-up construction approach. Later, it was extended overground. Planning was done in early 70s. Feasibility study was done accordingly. The alignments were proposed to cover whole city in phases in north-south and east-west direction. However, with nature of urban development and physical challenges, the then alignment proposal could not be adhered to. Today, I will highlight on one small stretch which was constructed in early 1990s, more than 3 decades ago. It was an underground station area. There was no such sophisticated equipment as today. The stretch was more than 160-meter tunnel duct portion which accommodated railway track and platforms. The station portion for passenger access was 60-meter approximately with air ventilation facilities and receiving cum traction substation. Diaphragm wall was constructed by one agency appointed by the authority all along the peripheral border of the station area. The purpose of this wall was to act as earth retaining structure when earth excavation was done from inside with layers of starting provisions as per designs. Construction activities of the main components within the diaphragm wall boundary were given to two contractors. Box tunnel duct was given to one contractor, say contractor A. The station building with ancillary structure and other facilities for passenger was given to contractor B. This is a huge risk which was taken by the Metro Railway Authority from contract management perspective. The station building was proposed to be multi-storied office building. Its structural components were designed accordingly. The station building was of size 54 meter in north-south direction and in an average 24 meter in east-west direction. The alignment of the tunnel is north-south direction and the station building was located on the east of the tunnel. These two components of works were proposed to be separated by a steel lagging. What is steel lagging? It is basically steel H piles driven at 3-meter interval with steel plates filling the gaps as panel. Contractor A drove the steel piles. It was decided by the client or the authority that whoever starts the excavation first will fix the steel plates. Thus, this steel lagging divides the work scope between contractor A and contractor B as a contractual boundary. Though there was a possibility of conflict on this dividing line pertaining to fixing of steel plates. In this video, I will discuss how progress of one contractor influenced the other. The excavation depth was about 11 meter from road level. Excavation was done manually. The location of site was very much within the heart of the city and it was a congested city square area with heavy traffic load. There was no provision for JCB or other equipments to make access approach to the excavation level. 3 layers of cross-strutting arrangements were erected as the excavation level went down. Raft of 1.2 meter thick was cast. After raft casting, struts in north-south direction were deloaded and released. But struts in the east-west direction could not be deloaded as RCC raft and wall progress by contractor A in the tunnel duct portion could not be achieved. Here comes the project activity synchronization issue. The contractual problems, rather conflicts, got started. The reason may be attributed to poor planning by the authority with respect to managing two contracts. They failed to make plan or get it executed or monitor the activities of these two contracts whose progresses were interdependent. On analyzing the chaos and complexity, it was realized that initial execution planning failed to make these contracts exclusively separate and independent. Contractor B's progress was getting delayed and its manpower was getting idle. He brought it into the notice of authority. Initially, authority acted to overlook, stating that it was contractor responsibility to plan its manpower. also tried to define it as a force majeure situation. Power of chair was thus exhibited upfront without analyzing the situation. In some departments, this attitude is still there after 35 years. But for how many days? The authority finally gave serious look into the issue, tried to make an ad hoc solution. The engineering was sacrificed and customized to overcome the criticality of the situation. According to the ad hoc instruction, the contractor B went ahead to cast the wall in multiple lifts, keeping the portion of the struts loading points untouched and uncast. Columns and first layer roof, that is second basement, were cast. One opening 4 meter by 4 meter approximately was kept in all roofs so that the struts and wheels which would be released later could be taken out through this opening. This opening would be cast later. Additionally, there was one 6 meter by 6 meter opening duct as per the original design for air ventilation. This customization was done in engineering. Meanwhile, it was most unfortunate that contractor A stopped all its works. There was a strike called by the labor union. It persisted more than 6 months. The tunnel duct portion gradually got filled up with ingress water through seepage and water supply line leakages. It created an adverse impact on contractor B. Water seeped in through the steel lagging plate joints and entered into the station portion. All this aggravated the problems. It hugely impacted progress of contractor B. He had to put continuous dewatering mechanism with multiple pumps. The water ingress problem was made under control finally. Later, even if contractor B came up with roof casting near road level, that is third floor from the raft, it could not release the struts in east-west direction. It unnecessarily invites additional cost to contractor B and more time run. At a much later stage, the tunnel duct portion was handed over to contractor B for completion. I think it was a wise decision which the authority managed to take after 6 months. Finally, after many months of loss of time and money, contractual complexity got resolved. The authority failed to assess the risk in the planning stage. Probably knowledge of risk evaluation, risk management, risk hierarchy, etc. were not so popular in those days. It appears maybe the client was least bothered to devote time on risk analysis, thinking that it was a waste of time and could be managed at the side level. It had a social impact too. The staff, skilled personnel, laborers, and suppliers who were committed to the project under contract B had to face financial challenges during this critical period, for which contractor B was no way responsible. So, before ending this technical session, I should highlight the learning from this case study. Poor planning and ad hoc solution can no way bring sustenance to any project, rather in any aspect of our life. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Namaskar.